attorney Audrey Chisholm with Chisholm Law Firm, and I just wanted to take a moment to share my story as far as why I'm committed to helping nonprofits, and particularly why I want to help 1 million people start nonprofits that impact the world. So I started my nonprofit when I was 17 years old. So basically in high school, I had gone to a leadership conference that was just really impactful. I went to this conference, these leaders were there, they were giving great information and just sharing that all of us could make a difference. And it really made a difference. It really profoundly impacted me. So after that conference, I just, everything was different. I wanted to run for leadership positions in high school, and I saw myself as a leader, and I was like, wow, I want to make a difference. So when I got to college, it was my sophomore year, I was 17 years old. I just really felt like God, inspired me and just gave me this vision to start this nonprofit that would, kind of do the same thing that the conference and the nonprofit that I had gone to do that for other students. This nonprofit would be called Revolution Leadership, and it would help other students be empowered to be leaders and to make good decisions and to make a difference in the world. So like you, and a lot of other people that want to start a nonprofit, I was so excited about it. I had all these ideas. I started writing it all down, and I was just really pumped. And so I told my parents about it, and then that summer, I was like, okay, let me get started. And so I just did everything that I knew to do. I set up a website. I started, fundraising and, going around sharing my story, telling people what I wanted to do, how I want to raise scholarship money, I want to make a difference, I want to impact people, etc. And I did that. I spent my whole summer just going around to the community speaking and really getting the word out, got flyers done, all this, like, hey, I've got this new nonprofit, here's what we're doing, will you support me, will you join the vision? And a lot of people thought I was a great speaker, and they thought I was a nice person, but after all that work and all that effort of fundraising letters, sponsorship letters, just everything, after the entire summer, I had nothing to show for it. I'd raised like $100, and 50 of that was from my parents, and the other 50 was from a woman from my church. That was it. And I just remember feeling really discouraged. And so then I did my first event. I was like, okay, I'm going to move forward with this. I'm going to use my summer internship money, the money that I'd raised from the law firm I was working for. I was, just working as a receptionist there. I was like, okay, I'm going to use that money, from my whole summer to put this event on, this conference on for students. And I remember I did it, and I was there on the day of the conference. And no one showed up. It was literally just me there, and in my one suit, and just feeling like a complete failure, and just questioning God, and just, man, here I am trying to make a difference and help people, and it just didn't seem to work out. And so I'll never forget, my dad told me, hey, if you're willing to let go of your dream this easily, you don't deserve it to begin with. And I was like, what do you mean let go of my dream? I'm here, I showed up, I tried, but nobody came. And so he's like, no, if you have to give your presentation to the chairs, do it. And so I was like, okay. And I picked up the mic and I was like, hey, thank you, with all the courage and excitement I could come up with, thank you for coming to the first ever Revolution Leadership Retreat. And at that moment, something really special happened. I looked out the window and this little van pulled up. And a lady came, and she had like 12 students in there, and she's like, hey, I know we didn't register for the conference. Is it still okay if we come? And I was like, I guess we can find a chair or so for you. Come on in. All right. So that became the first ever event for my nonprofit. So you would think that was, upward momentum, and I had it all figured out from there, but no, not so much. From there, growing the nonprofit was really, really tough in so many ways. Fundraising was tough because I just didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have a plan. Right? I didn't know that you need an actual plan for fundraising. I was just doing all these things and exhausting myself and not getting any results. Managing a team was hard. I had a board, and we had issues with the board, and someone left the board, and then I was getting volunteers. I recruited all these volunteers, and we had this huge volunteer team, and then managing them and even getting results from them and accountability and all these things, that became really hard. Then time management, as life became more complicated, that was really tough as I was going I graduated now, and I was starting law school and trying to maintain the nonprofit from there, and just growth in general. There was just so many things that I didn't have figured out. And then I didn't really know to hire experts and seek, professional advice for these things. So instead, I was just spinning my wheels trying to figure it out myself. And then I did talk to an attorney, but this guy didn't specialize in nonprofits. And I asked him about, hey, well, what should we be filing? What should we be doing to make sure that we are in compliance? And he gave me some information, and that advice was bad. And so as a result, I mean, I'm ashamed to say it, but as a result, my nonprofit, we lost our tax-exempt status. That was probably one of the lowest points for me at that point. And so that was when I realized that it shouldn't be this hard to change the world. It shouldn't be this hard to make a difference. It shouldn't be this hard to help people. And so I knew something had to change. So from there, I knew I had to take responsibility basically and just say, no, I can't, I need to figure some things out and learn some things. And so from there, I just committed myself to learning. I ended up serving on the board of a major nonprofit that, has over $1 million budget. I was learning best practices from them. I was in law school at that time and, like, hey, let me learn, learn some strategies, kind of focus on nonprofit things, etc. And then, just taking all this knowledge that I was learning, I was like, now let me start implementing these things into my own. And the results were incredible. At this point, our nonprofit has grown. We've helped a lot of students, over 1,000, to date, 1,839 students. We've awarded 34 college scholarships and counting. We have a huge team of volunteers, 20 plus volunteers that help us with our conference and our events. I mean, it's just incredible, and it's not falling on me anymore. I've learned about, fundraising and managing a team and all the legal requirements. That's really been my focus. And so from there, that became my focus. I started helping other people. A woman that I knew asked me to set up her nonprofit, and then someone else did, and someone else did, and people started telling people, and it just spread. And so at this point now, I've served over 1,000 clients with, all types of needs, ranging from starting their nonprofits to doing their trademarks to, bylaws and just all sorts of things that they need. But my goal now is to help over 1 million people, and not just to start up a nonprofit and say, hey, I've done the paperwork. No, I want to empower you to make a difference, because I know that in my life, if me being inspired by a nonprofit led to me starting one and then helping almost 2,000 students that never would have had that help, and over 34 college scholarships, etc., then I know that if I can inspire you to do it, I mean, it's not about, having to fix the whole world, right? None of us can do that. We're one person, it's just too many things. But if each of us can just do what we're passionate about, like do what we believe in, what we feel that we're called in, I felt that was something God told me to do, that he put on my heart, hey, go make a difference, etc. And so if all of us just do that, just follow that passion, just follow what we feel we're called to do, I mean, we can change the world. We can change the world. I'm one person. I don't have all the answers. I'm not in government. I'm not, doing all that kind of stuff. I can't fix those things, but I can help you. I can help you, make a difference in the thing that you're good at, right? To help. My thing is, helping students with scholarships, etc. Your thing can be different. We've got clients that help in all types of arenas. I mean, it just blows my mind, homelessness, and, some of them have churches or synagogues. Some of them have foundations. Some of them are starting schools. Some of them are helping with sex trafficking. I mean, you name it. Like, literally, we are building a movement. We are building an army of incredible people that are going to make a difference. So either way, if that speaks to you, if that touches you, if you want to be a part of this, let us help you. Give us a call. The number's on the screen, the website is there. We want to help you. Let us talk to you, hear about your goals. It does not have to be you spending hours and hours on Google and confused and, what information should I believe, etc. No, we know how to do this. We've helped other people. Let us help you. And together we can build this tribe, this army of, 1 million people that are going to go out and make a difference and change this world. All right. Thanks for your time. To leave in the world better and brighter than we found it.